people of the world? It's your boy, Jameson Brown. Or some of you might know Chance Brown back in Oklahoma. But today is finally the day. It is April 30th, 2020. And you know what that means, friends? What does it mean? Well, I'll tell you, Joe. It means the book is finally released. Woo, 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 yeah. The Jewel in Oklahoma is officially on Amazon. I am so happy. I am so excited that I can finally get the story out into the world. And I'm a little bit struck. I'm very pleased. I am very happy with myself. You can go to Amazon right now. You can buy the physical edition. You can buy the Kindle edition, and it's out there. I told myself I would write a book, and I did. It's there. Funny enough, if you go to Amazon and you type The Jewel in, I'm actually I'm above the bottom one, which I didn't expect, but who cares? So there are two reasons as to why I'm making this video. First off, why do I keep slapping my knees? Stop being so nervous, Chance. I'm okay. So there are two reasons as to why I'm making this video. The first reason is I want to give a little bit about history of my writing. The second reason, I am very nervous / scared for, 90% nervous, 10% scared, or maybe it's 90% scared, 10% nervous. We'll get to that. But it's a very special, it's a very special thing, so we will get to that. I just want to thank a few people, but now that I think about it, let's save the acknowledgements for the end of the video, after a certain thing happens. So, the first reason I'm making this video. A history of my writing. As a lot of my family and friends know, I love creating stories. I love creating captivating characters and amazing worlds and just places that people can connect to and just lose themselves in. Like, a few of my inspirations when it comes to the storytelling that I want to do is like J.R.R. Tolkien in Lord of the Rings, C.S. Lewis, Narnia. There's just so many different stories that have inspired me. And this love of storytelling is what got me into my love of filmmaking. That's why, and my mom knows this, when I would beg her to go to the store and get the special 2-disc edition, I would watch those special editions for hours, just, seeing how everything went, action, lights, camera. And I just fell in love with storytelling. And growing up as a child, I would write my own stuff, rewrite some TV I didn't really enjoy, or just make my own stories. But onto the book. Why did I write a book about my granny, or Mary Jane Howard, as some of you may know? I have always found my grandmother to be a very important puzzle piece in my life. She has always been one of the people to really inspire me when it comes to hard work, believing in yourself, keeping with the Spirit of the Lord, and just always remembering it doesn't matter what anybody else says. If you believe in yourself, then you have the ability to do it. And that was what kicked it off into wanting to write a story about her. Now, when this first started, I wasn't going to write a book. I had no notion about writing a book. So I just decided, you know what? I'm going to actually listen to her, put her stories to paper, and just leave it at that. I'll leave it for some other family member to read. And then when I was in my master's degree, I was in my publishing class where my instructor, Miss Kim Kraft, how you doing, Kim? Nice to see you. Where Miss Kim Kraft, she told me about, self-publishing and, making your own books. And I previously, months before that, had started writing on another story that I was going to start out as a TV show, but I decided to turn into a book series instead, which, in all honesty, I think it's better. But she told me about all these different things about, Amazon and self-publishing, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to turn Granny's story into a book. And so, last Christmas, I went back home. I sat with her for days upon days. I recorded her voice and typed and wrote it up and like memorized it, wrote it all down. And that's how The Jewel in Oklahoma came to be. And all the stuff in the book is from her voice recordings. Everything in there besides some added here and there. And also inside of it is some short stories that she herself wrote. But I think the main reason that I wrote this book is because I just love my dear granny so much. And I wanted the world to hear her story. And that's about all the kit and caboodle. Or whatever some people say. You know, living in Florida, and some people might know this, there's a lot of traffic. That's really loud. I don't know if you could hear the truck in the background, but there was a large truck going by my street. Okay, not important. Back on track. So I've just always loved my granny, and I wanted to tell her story. And the main theme of this book is in fact family. Because I believe that family is one of the most important things that we as humans can have. And especially in these trying times with this whole COVID-19 going around, it's just important for families to, watch out for each other. I fully believe that. And that's about it. Now, on to... There's a truck going by. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit longer than some might think. Okay, so, on to the second reason. How rude, right? I know. But hey, now, let's get to the second reason. The second reason as to why I'm making this video. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna get to it, because those trucks don't seem to be stopping. The second reason why I made this video is because of this. This is the first ever copy of The Jewel in Oklahoma. I have been waiting for it for quite a while. I was supposed to get it, actually, funny enough, I was supposed to get it a couple days from now, but it got here early. And there was a whole thing with other copies, so I decided to actually spend money and actually order it, so I could get it early now, because I'm ready to see it. But this is the first ever copy of The Jewel in Oklahoma. I wanted to have it first, and I wanted to share this moment of seeing it for the first time with my friends, my family, and anybody else who might be interested in making your own book, maybe telling your own story. So, it's not opened. I'm a little bit nervous. Oh, okay, let's do this, shall we? Oh my God, I see it. Oh my God, I see it. Oh dear, I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. That's me! That's me! It looks so good! Simon! Your drawings came out so good! Oh, it looks so good! Oh my Lord! Oh my God! Look! That's my book! That's me! I wrote a book! Look, there's actual words! Look! Oh! Oh my God! Oh! Okay, so If any of y'all get the physical edition, you'll notice there's not any wording on the spine. Now, that's actually Amazon's fault, because when I was going to make the cover, and by the way, the cover looks so good. Well, anyway, when I was going to make the cover, for some reason, they wouldn't let the font or the size of the words, be a certain way. It would either be too small or too big. And when I got to the lowest I could make it, to where you'd be able to visibly see it, I couldn't make it a little bit lower, or else the wording would be out of the spine. But you could fit some words, right? That's not important. There it is. There it is. The Jewel in Oklahoma in physical form! Yeah. The Jewel in Oklahoma, written by Jameson Brown with illustrations by Simon Porter, based on the life of Mary Jane Howard. Look at that. Oh, and my buddy Simon Potter was so gracious, and he did so good on the illustrations for this book. It looks so beautiful. God. Oh my Lord.